You know how this works.
Wait, are we live? We are live.
Said you're live.
Okay, cool. So, hi everyone. Welcome to another live stream. I haven't done one of these in a while, and today we have a special guest.
What's up?
Nicole,
I got dragged into this.
do you want to introduce yourself?
Nicole, one of her long friends. Known each other for like what? Over a decade now?
Yeah, so we met each other in middle school, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Sixth grade.
Sixth grade.
Long ass time ago.
So now she's still friends with me. Who knows why? But anyways, today,
at this point, I feel like we're just attached at the hip.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about mental health and mental health in college. So to start off with, I have my laptop because I have notes because I've been freaking out that I have nothing to talk about. So I have notes. Anyways, mental health check. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic until you stress me out 5 minutes before going live.
Yeah, I was stressed out in the last 5 minutes. Anyways, okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you say your mental health is?
Could be 9 right now.
Okay. I really wonder if people could hear us. I can't tell because there's no one here. I'm just talking to myself. Oh, maybe there are people here. There's 2 people here. Okay. Anyways,
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Okay. Today was an 8 out of 10, but I also did nothing today.
So that's why it was an 8 out of 10.
So it was an 8 out of 10 because I did absolutely nothing.
Hey, rest days are important.
Yes, rest days are very important. But on a normal week or normal work weekday, it would be actually my mental health has been pretty good recently. There are people. Hi everyone. Yay.
I can feel Sam's anxiety just leave the room.
Oh my god. I was so anxious. But okay. Anyways, yeah. So I would say today I'm an 8 out of 10. Usually I would still say I would hover around 6 to 8 out of 10 now because I've been actually using my weekends to rest instead of working around the clock. Don't get me wrong, I have a strict work schedule where I wake up on weekends at around 7 and work till 2. But then I spend the rest of my day resting.
Ew.
So it's okay. But yes, I've been implementing more rest into my day today. So it's been nice. Yay. Hi, sponge. Okay. Anyways, so today we're going to be talking about mental health in college and any resources you can find on campus, as well as some tips and tricks we think that would help you. So let's start off with freshman year of college.
Rough.
Yeah.
Rough for both of us.
Yeah. So how was your freshman year?
I would say, well, I wasn't aware of mental health being a thing until post-college, which was kind of ox.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's because I was commuting, so I didn't have friends and had no real social circle. It's pretty unhappy freshman year.
Yeah, so she went to NYU, so she was commuting from
Staten Island, yeah. It was a 2-hour commute.
So that's 2-hour commute one way.
Yeah.
Okay, so she spent 4 hours commuting while she was at NYU. And then, hello, Edward. Anyways, for me, freshman year, I was at Wesleyan, which is the worst, just kidding, not the worst school ever, but I didn't like Wesleyan at all, which is why I transferred to Cornell my junior year. But Wesleyan, I just felt like an outsider, honestly. I just couldn't fit in anywhere. And I think that's a sentiment that most people feel, maybe. I don't know. The thing is, everyone on my floor in my dorm, it felt like they were having such a great social life and fit in and were in different groups. And I was just I don't belong here. And that kind of sucked a lot.
I'd say our experience were quite similar in that sense. Mm-hmm. I also felt like an outsider because I just didn't even have access to friends, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I also just every time I showed up to an actual event or party, it was just everybody knows each other and I'm just here hello.
Hi Tim. Oh, my friend Tim is on. Anyways, I put a Google invite. I sent him a Google Calendar invite to join the live stream because I wanted to make sure that he joined. So why would you tell me that nobody's gonna join? Okay. But yeah, so then freshman year was awful for me. But I did meet friends. So I didn't make friends in freshman year. I met my friend Vina and Abby and Hannah. Those were my 3 main friends, I think, freshman year. And they also went into my sophomore year. Those were my friends. But otherwise, I really tried to be a chameleon and tried to fit in with people. Mm-hmm. So I was never truly myself. I was pretending to be one of them. Yeah. So that
never a strategy.
That's never a great strategy. Because also all of freshman year I would go out and I hate going out. I don't going out and drinking every weekend just isn't ideal. But I did that because everyone else was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So that
would be my transition to sophomore year.
Yeah, okay. So is she your mom? No, she's not my mom. She's my friend. Hi, Sylvia. Anyway, so then how was your sophomore year?
It would be the tail end of what you just said, which was I started going out. So I finally moved out and moved to New York City. So obviously I felt like I had to catch up on like 2 years worth of like experiences. So I just started like going out like crazy, trying to like build a social life. Definitely did not prioritize my physical or mental health. So
okay, I would say sophomore year. Okay, so freshman year was already horrendous. So I was just thinking about transferring. So all of like second semester freshman year, I was thinking, okay, I have to get out of here. And then sophomore year was when I filled in the application to leave Wesleyan and applied to Cornell. So sophomore year, I was just like, the thing is, like, when I applied to transfer, I didn't think I was going to get it. I kind of applied on a whim. I was like, it would be great if I could leave this place. And I got in, which was great. But I would say during Wesleyan, that was the worst of my mental health. And same with you. I did not know what mental health was. I was just like, this was normal. I thought it was normal to feel shitty all the time and be sad all the time and cry all the time. So that was the thing. And also, just during Wesleyan, that was the worst of my eating disorder. And that's where like my eating disorder kind of flared up. Just because I just compared myself to everyone else. But like I remember back in freshman year and sophomore year, I would text like some of my friends and like just gloat about how I wouldn't eat or how I'd throw up or how like it was just something to brag about. And I would brag about not having my period because like I just didn't have my period for years because I would just hurt myself. But yeah, so it was the worst of times. And then it didn't get better. So I transferred out sophomore year. LOL. Hi, Sylvia. Okay, anyways. I transferred out my sophomore year. Transferred out, got my acceptance sophomore year, and then junior year, I went to Cornell. And I would say my mental health slightly got better. I would still say I was very deep in my eating disorder, but I guess I was too busy like working all the time and just doing work and catching up with school that like I was just go, and my mental health was still on a decline. I was still like burning out and crying all the time. So yeah, how was your junior year, Nicole?
I think sophomore year was the worst, and partially was just like I had the same experience where you're kind of like crying in a corner when no one can see, and then you just like rally. For me, it was like take a couple of shots and rally and pretend everything's fine. I remember it was always because I blamed it on myself. I was like, I must be doing something wrong, and that's why I just didn't want to deal with it. So I was like, fuck it, we're not dealing with this situation today. I think junior year, it got like slightly better because I stopped going out this much because like I also don't like going out that much. So I stopped doing that. And then
hi Ryan.
And then I think because I was trying to make up for the mistakes I made sophomore year, I was still just like not prioritizing like my mental health. It was more like, okay, I started beating myself up for everything I did sophomore year, and then just like trying to fix that. And that like also ended in just completely suppressing all my emotions and being like, all right, go. Like you gotta fix this, you gotta work, you gotta like stop partying, you gotta do all this. And I never took like a moment to just like sit down and be like, okay, breathe.
Yeah, no. So yeah, junior year, I was like worrying about like applying to internships and getting good grades and just like being involved with everything under the sun. So like I was doing like different product development clubs and like in a lab and like was working on a side. Like I don't know why I thought I was the superhero person who could do a million things, but honestly, everything took a hit because I obviously couldn't have the time to devote to every single thing.
Yeah.
So something had to like give, and that was my mental health.
Yep.
So yeah, so I let my mental health just slide and not be a priority at all. But also because like I still didn't know what mental health was.
Yeah. I think it's a big deal. Just like never realizing that you have to check in with yourself.
Yeah.
Like you have to just sit down and be like, how are you today? Like, and like it just doesn't happen for some reason.
Yeah. And I would say that mental health, even in senior year was actually my favorite year of college.
I would say that also. And also senior. Yeah, I was like, I think senior, my first semester senior year, I was still doing like a lot. But at the same time, like I wasn't like killing myself over it. I like learned how to balance and like schedule and time manage and all that beautiful stuff.
I'm sorry that
yeah.
senior year was your worst year, but I think senior year was when I kind of like was surrounded by friends and people that are actually like my core group. Like I actually was like, oh my God, okay, I fit in with these people. Yeah. So that was why I would say senior year was my favorite. So I'm still friends with the people I made friends with junior year and senior year. We're still pretty close. I would say my favorite memory from senior year is just hanging out with like Henrik, and then I met his friend Sean, hanging out with Alice, and that was like my favorite. So last semester, senior year was my favorite part of the whole college experience. But otherwise,
yeah, I think senior year was my best also. Just like I had like a stable group of friends, and I feel like that's so important to get you like out of a hole. Just have like social support.
Yeah.
That like is consistent and like you actually spend time with them and like, you know, maintain relationships. Yeah. I'd say that's why senior year was the best also.
Okay. So like when did you realize that mental health was a thing? When did that become apparent to you?
I think it was like, I want to say like 2 years ago. It was like super recent. Yeah, like 2 years ago. Because I just realized that like everything in my life seemed to be going fine, but like I just like wasn't happy. And I think a lot of like the issues that I suppressed in school started coming out, and just like I started projecting them onto like everything in my life, and just started ruining things for myself. Like the self-destructive mode, essentially. Like that was common in college, started coming out because things were too calm. And I think it's when I realized that, like, you know, I started like thinking about, you know, checking in with yourself and like all these things. So I started like learning more about like mental health.
Yeah. So I would also say 2 years ago was when I realized that mental health was a thing. I don't know if they only recently started, like at least at Cornell, there's a lot of resources there, but I don't think I noticed that they were there until like around 2 years ago, or maybe only recently started promoting it. I mean, I would say there's still like a huge stigma regarding mental health, both like with my peers as well as like at home, like with family. Like my parents don't believe in mental health. At all.
Same.
It's not a thing. They think like, oh, why don't you just be happy? Why don't you just smile?
Yeah, same.
And I'm just like, that's not quite how it works. And they still, to this day, still don't believe in mental health. And I really don't know how to get it across to them, I guess.
I think my mom's like starting to be a little better about it, but I know that like, I know when I first started thinking about this and like started thinking about like the idea of therapy, to me it was always just like so shunned in family. It was always just like, therapy was almost for like, you know, either people with real problems or for whiny people who can't deal with their problems. And that was the prevailing thought. So to me, like even considering the idea of therapy made me feel like bad about myself.
Yeah.
It's weird. The one thing that's supposed to help you like makes you feel bad about yourself, makes you feel like, is there something like wrong with me? Such an unhealthy thing.
I also came in like in very start. I thought that therapy was like for people that were broken, and I'm like, I don't want to be broken, and I didn't want to be associated with people who got therapy, which is like a really closed-minded like thing to think. But definitely, I would say therapy has been instrumental in helping my mental health. And now, like, I'm definitely like, I help promote. Well, I promote it in the sense that like whenever I see like someone looks like they need help or whatever, I kind of just say, oh, therapy may be a good thing for you to consider. You know, I don't try to push it on anyone per se, but I kind of like let them know it's an option, because I don't think I ever knew it was an option for me, especially in undergrad.
Yep. I had no idea. Like I said, I literally didn't even know mental health was like a thing in college. Like I did not know that I had to check in with myself.
Yeah. And well, like one thing they do at Cornell, which is really great, they have this service. It's like called CAPS. And you could walk in and it's for free. And it's a 25-minute, you talk to a counselor and you just like go in and talk about your problems, which is super nice. And I definitely have used it in the last like 2 years. Cause like sometimes I just have a breakdown. I don't want to talk to like anyone like around me, like in my lab. So I just go to CAPS and I'm like, hey, and then just talk it out, cry it out, and you know, look really great. But yeah, I was trying to think of like all like my coping mechanisms back as an undergrad, or even as of recently, but pre-COVID, I would just cry in the bathroom, and I thought that was normal.
Yeah, you cry in the shower.
I had the spot in the bathroom on the 3rd floor. If anyone's at Cornell, Stocking Hall, 3rd floor girls' bathroom, last stall, the handicap stall, that was my stall. I just literally just sit down and cry. Yeah. Yeah, and then people would come in and like see me cry. Well, not see me because they'll just see my feet or whatever. But like they'll ask if there was anything wrong. I'm like, no, nothing's wrong. And then I'd like have to make sure that everyone left the bathroom and like I would put my ear next to the door to make sure no one was coming, so I could just like run away and not have anyone see me. But yeah,
I would usually just like, I think when moments like that happened and I'd start feeling overwhelmed, I would just like literally just shut down and just like want to be alone instead of trying to like talk it out. Whether or not that led to crying was like a different story, but yeah, the automatic response was just like shut down. That's it. We're just not dealing with this issue.
I've definitely learned that talking it out helps so much. So that's like my number one tip. Definitely talk it out with someone, whether it be a really close friend, it could be via text, in person, whatever means you can. Talking it out helps so much. Like I remember this was a little over a year ago. I was again crying at Cornell. Well, okay. As a preface, I cry a lot in the last 2 years during my PhD journey. There's a lot that I dislike about my program. So that's just like a short snippet about it. But yeah, so it's not the most healthy environment to be in. I would say it's quite the opposite of healthy. But I was crying in the third floor stairwell, and then one of my lab mates came and like, what is wrong? I'm like, I don't have my, like, I was just going crazy. Not going crazy, but I was just basically saying like, I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't like see a point. Yeah, spiraling. I don't see a point in this anymore. Like, and then she got really worried, and then she sent me to CAPS, and she called CAPS on me, which is okay. At that point, I was really annoyed by her, but like at the end of the day, it was necessary. So I was able to talk it out, but like just when someone's like lending you help, definitely take it. They mean good, even though at the moment, like I did not want the help. I did not want to talk it out. I was just like, I wanted to just be in that corner crying. I wanted her to leave me alone, but like it definitely helps so much. Yeah. To talk it out, talk to someone professional. If you have the means to talk to someone professional, definitely do that. But even your friends or family or whoever you're in your support system, that is like, yeah,
I feel that. Like I think Casper was the one that was like pushing for, either getting professional help or like talking to friends or just dealing with these issues instead of doing what I was doing, which is shut down and push them away. And I remember getting so angry and so defensive to be like, I don't need help. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
That's like the best decision I think I ever made.
But if you push things down, at least for me, I find that I'll explode.
Yeah. It comes out eventually. It comes out like all together and usually over the smallest thing. And then you just spiral and you end up crying for like 4 hours.
Yeah, no, like I'll keep suppressing things, and then like it'll be a month later, and I'll just stump my toe on the door, and all of a sudden the tears just come down, and I'm like, oh my god, that's usually what happens.
I've cried at work many a time because of that, and usually Val's there because we work together. So I usually just like go to the bathroom, and then like it'll start out with like one little thing that like upset me, and then all of a sudden everything will come out, and next thing you know, I'm just like sobbing at work.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Are they for real your family if they don't believe in mental health? Well, the thing is, like, you have to take into consideration, like, generational. Like, it's a
Eastern European. My family's Eastern European, and it's a generation.
And like with Asian parents, I would say that they tend to not really believe in mental health. So I wouldn't blame my parents for not doing. It's just like kind of how they were raised. So like unless they were like they had resources and were taught otherwise, I can't really blame them for not believing in it. It's like I think we're growing up in a time where like it is less of a stigma for sure, and everyone is talking about it, which is why we're so accepting of it. But in the beginning, I wasn't really that accepting of it, so I can't really blame them for that.
Yeah, I'd say Eastern European is like a colder culture. And it's just like I know my parents deal with their problems by just like either solving them or ignoring them. Emotions are not really a big thing.
Yeah. Okay. When I came back, cool. So what are some ways or what are some tips do you have to help manage your mental health?
Let's see. What do I do now? For one thing, therapy for sure. Like the easiest answer to this is just therapy, because I think if you don't do this on your own and you don't like check in with yourself on your own, it forces you. It's like an hour per week or like every 2 weeks that someone just like forces you to talk about your feelings and your emotions. And usually like if I could spend 2 weeks being like, oh, I've been completely fine, and then in a therapy session be like, wait a minute, there's all these things that I just completely missed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think therapy. Another one is just like doing things that like make me happy. And like I like not the biggest fan of my job right now. So like if I'm like stressed out at work, I used to like sit there for hours on end and just like beat myself up and be like, all right, you have a deadline coming up. Like why are you not thinking straight? Why is your brain not working? And like the biggest thing I've learned is like, you know, just get up, walk away, take a walk, do something that makes you happy, distract yourself, and then get back to it. And it like makes it so much easier to do this stuff. And also just like friends, like maintain social relationships.
Yeah.
Like see your friends. They usually like almost like therapy. They sort of sense when things are wrong and when things are going bad, and like they get it out of you. Yeah. And I think it's like the most important thing to me is to just check in with my friends. Yeah. And like see them.
I would say like the first person to notice when something is wrong is Sylvia, because like I'll just like kind of disappear from text, or so basically so I'm the type of person, me and Sylvia will like talk throughout the day, but like if all of a sudden like I'm not present, or I'm just like if I don't reply for a couple hours, usually something's up, and I'll tell her like afterwards, like, hey, I'm just off today. But yeah, usually your friends are the first to know when something's off, and it's really important to really maintain those friendships. Tell them when something's going on, and just like, maintain friendship would be definitely my number one. And then number two would definitely be therapy, and actually taking it seriously. Like I started therapy like a little over 2 years ago, but I didn't take it seriously until like a year ago. Like I was going to the sessions, but I wasn't actually doing the work, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like I was just like a human being sitting there talking about things, but like after that, I didn't really think about it twice. So then like with COVID, I guess I actually took my mental health more seriously, and I was like, okay, I really want to get better. And so I started just putting more work into it. And also like, a funny thing is like I started off with therapy every other week. So I didn't want to go every week. Even though my therapist was like, Sam, you need to go every week. You have so many problems. I'm like, no,
therapists know best.
No, you don't know best. Like I know myself better than you. But yeah, she was like, she wanted me to go every single week, but I was like, absolutely not. I don't want to talk about my feelings. And then randomly, I think a semester into seeing her, I was like, can we see each other like maybe once every 3 weeks? And she's like, what? Like go from once every 2 weeks to once every 3 weeks. She's like, Sam, we can't decrease your frequency of therapy. We want more of it. I'm like, well, like I want to take this extra class, and it seems really cool. She's like, Sam, you're putting like a class in front of your own mental health. I'm like, well, like, I think it'll help me in my career. She's like, Sam, you're going to have no career if you just like burn out and die. And
like, the exact problem we talked about during college.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, fine. I guess I won't take this class and I'll just do therapy. So I ended up doing therapy instead of taking a class, which I guess was good on the long run. But at the moment, I was like, I wasn't a fan of her because she gave me an ultimatum. She was just like, saying, I'm not working with you anymore unless you do more therapy with me. I'm like,
to be fair, that does work on you. It's quite effective.
Yes.
So, we all do that on a regular basis.
Yeah, so like all my friends threaten me if they want me to do something, because otherwise I don't respond to anything else. I only respond to threats, which is like a good or a bad thing. But yeah. Doesn't always I feel therapy. Okay. Other things I do is journaling. Journaling has been really helping me. I just, instead of like when I have like overwhelming emotions, I go straight to my notebook and just like write, okay, what am I feeling? And actually be in touch with my feelings. I'd say that's really important. One tip to not do, which is something I did. I use going on dates as a form of like, she hates this about me. She absolutely hates this about me. So I wanted external validation, and I used going on dates as a form of like my mental health. No,
and you would ignore me. Yeah. When I told you this is wrong.
Yeah, and bad. I would ignore all my friends when he said, Sam, get off the dating apps. I'm like, no, this is helping me. Yeah. That was a lie. Did not help me at all. So I'm like getting off the dating apps was like a really good way to work on my mental health, you know? Thank God. Yeah, so everyone's pretty happy about that. But yeah. And other things I would do. Meditation. Have you tried meditation?
Oh, yes, I do meditate.
Do you do guided or do you do it on your own?
Guided.
Okay, same.
Well, actually, I'd say it depends. Most of the time guided. Sometimes I just do the like Zen 5 minutes of just sitting.
Okay.
I don't do it every day, which I probably should. But definitely like when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'll just like turn on a quick 7-minute meditation.
Okay, yeah.
Do it.
There was an app, I think I used Calm for a bit, and then there's also a bunch of YouTube like guided meditations if you guys are interested in. Yeah, they're really good. Sometimes I use them in the morning, sometimes I use them to go to bed. I like them when I start off my day with a meditation, so that's what I prefer. Other times I use like a guided meditation is when I'm going on a walk. So I personally love going on walks, especially with the nice weather here in New York City. I've been going on more walks, and that's a good time to like put on like a guided meditation or like to really be in touch with like everything around you. So you don't have to use a meditation app or anything. You can just literally experience the things around you. So like listen to the sounds, feel like the sun against you, like you smell the things around you, like be in tune with yourself and the things around you. And that's like the most important part of meditation. So like usually I would put on music and just kind of like zone out. But I find that if I don't do that, if I just don't put on music, if I really appreciate the things around me, that usually helps me. So that's one thing I would 1,000% recommend.
We actually started doing, me and Casper started doing like a name 3 things you're grateful for at the end of the day. And it's just like learning how to appreciate small things. Like nothing big has to happen for you to like be grateful for something. Yeah. And it's definitely like we would do it before bed. And that like is a huge mood lifter. Especially if you're like, I've definitely had moments like I'm going to sleep and I'm like clearly in like a shitty mood. Something went wrong that day. I think doing that like immediately makes me feel like 10 times better because it just like makes me feel like whatever shitty mood I'm in, it's like not the end of the world. Yeah, I think that's a big thing that's like helped me out a lot.
And also I think another thing to remember is that like your job is not your end all be all, and you shouldn't put your job in front of your mental health. Oh, yeah, that was 100%. The most important lesson I learned. Like, don't get me wrong, now it's just kind of like a I don't care attitude sometimes, but like, which is like a good or bad thing. But seriously, like, don't think that you should have to like work to death in order to, no job is worth it. I don't think.
If that makes you happy, then like that's fine. Yeah. But like if you clearly realize that like you're working your ass off and you're like miserable, like you definitely need to make time for things that do actually make you happy. And it's not a lot. Like it literally could be just like an hour a day of like, I don't know, a quick yoga session, like a quick workout, a walk, like reading a book. Honestly, even watching Netflix, like if that's what makes you happy, do that. But it has to be at least like you have to be have some serotonin in your life, I think, like every day.
I would say though, there's the saying work-life balance. I would say it's work-life integration. So it shouldn't just be like Monday to Friday work and then weekends are the only time you break. You have to incorporate like all these little self-care and little times for yourself throughout the week. So like throughout Monday through Friday, there are things I do throughout the week that like going on walks, doing yoga, doing various things, but it's like throughout the day, like on Monday or Tuesday, whatever. Yeah. And like now with the nice weather, what I do is I like to maybe spend like maybe from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. my time. Even though it's technically between 9 to 5, I just choose to work later today. And I'd rather work later if I get to enjoy the sunshine between 2 and 4. Like, I'm like, if I finish work at 5 or 6, like the sun is about to go down and I don't get to enjoy it. So like, I'm just like, I'm lucky to have the flexibility where I don't have to go into work. So I can do that and have the means to do that. So that's something I'm very grateful for.
Yeah, I started doing like walks in the morning, just like to like start off the morning right. I feel like that sets the tone for my whole day. So I just like try to go on walks in the morning. I don't meditate. I like listen to podcasts. But it's like I'm also super goal oriented. So my goal is like, okay, I have to get up, like actually get out of bed, go on a walk, and like catch up on my news. And like for me, just having small little goals that I can accomplish during the day makes me feel better. It's like I can like check it off and be like, okay, I accomplished this today, and that's like how something that makes me happy.
Okay. Yeah. There was a walk we should have gone on like maybe over half a year ago that we said we'd go on a walk, but we never did. Because we live relatively really close to each other and we've been meaning to go on walks, but we just haven't done that. I think it was like not last summer, maybe last fall. So it's been a while. It's been a while. So we have to do that.
Should get better at it.
Yeah.
You go on the boardwalk like all the time.
I go on the boardwalk all the time.
Just meet you there.
I'm at the beach all the time.
Just meet you there.
Okay. So what are 3 things you're grateful for today?
Let's see. Oh, I got my COVID vaccine.
She got her COVID vaccine.
Yeah,
get vaccinated.
Yeah, go.
Go.
Let's see. What else? I don't know. I'm here doing this with you. Let me see. I'll be supporting your YouTube channel. Makes me happy.
Yay!
Supporting a friend's goals. Oh, and I worked out.
Woohoo!
Met that goal for the day.
Okay. 3 things I'm grateful for. Grateful that you're here. Second thing. What am I grateful for?
Small things.
I know. I'm thinking. Okay. What am I grateful for?
You had a rest day today.
Yeah, I had a rest day today. But I don't know if I'm grateful for that.
Just your house was like an 8 instead of a 6. You're not grateful for that?
Okay, I guess I am grateful for that, but like, yeah. Okay, fine. I'm grateful for that. What else am I grateful for? I'm grateful for me. LOL. I mean, you should be grateful for yourself. I think that's a great thing to be grateful for. I'm grateful for.
I heard recently that your body got you through a global pandemic. So you should be grateful for your body.
Texas is vaccinated. Woohoo! Okay. I'm grateful for. Guys, this is so hard. Oh my god. Can you talk so like this is as awkward?
I can tell you more things I'm grateful for.
Okay,
give you an idea.
Yeah, talk.
See, I had a really good matcha latte today.
Ooh, I did make a good one today.
How do you ruin a matcha latte?
The proportion of matcha to water
wasn't great stirring with a chopstick.
Yeah, I don't have a milk frother, so I use a chopstick and go.
He's gonna Amazon one to your house.
Yes. Okay. What else am I grateful for? Continue. Continue listing things you're grateful for.
What am I grateful for today?
I am grateful for the sun, but I'm grateful for that every day.
Oh, the weather's fantastic.
The weather is amazing.
Do you want to walk today?
We could go on a walk today.
Yeah.
Let's go on a walk after this. Okay. I'm excited. Okay. What else am I grateful for? I'm grateful for everyone here. Is that a cop out?
See?
Well, so this entire time I was worried that like no one would be here. So I'm really grateful for everyone who's on this live stream and who's watching this. Because like if she was here in the like 5 minutes before the live stream was starting, and I was just running around worried that no one
stressed me out. I was calm when I got here. I went on my walk to get to her house.
Yeah. And I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my god, no one's watching. Yeah, so that was me. And I'm grateful for.
Do you have some good lunch food? I don't know.
No, I've been really sick of food lately. No, I've been eating so many leftovers. I keep on eating the same leftovers because my mom made way too much food. I'm just like, oh my god. Okay, I'm grateful for. I don't know
what you did today.
I don't know what I did. What did I do today? This is turned into like what did tell me. What did say? Okay, I'll run through what I did today, even though no one is probably interested in that. I woke up. Then I went to bother my sister in her room. And then
quality sister relationship.
Yes. I'm grateful for strawberry and banana smoothie I'm having right now. That's great. Yes. I'm grateful for. Oh, what did I do after I bothered her? Oh, I did some work. Then I had meetings. Then meetings. Wow, that was my day. That I was outlining this live stream because I was afraid I had nothing to talk about. Oh my god. Okay, well, I am grateful for. Did I make a video about grateful and gratitude? I should be better at this.
What was in that video?
I don't remember. I honestly I forget my videos. I'm grateful for the same channel. Thank you. Okay. This will end as soon as like I figure out what I'm grateful for, and then you guys kind of like stop watching me being awkward.
This might take a while.
Well,
I don't know what you did today. I wasn't with you all day.
Right. I don't remember either. I cleaned my room.
There you go.
Kind of.
Well, okay. You can't. You gotta just be great. Be happy about it. Be nice to yourself.
I'm grateful for all the seltzer water I have at home. So my parents buy like a Costco size of seltzer water.
There you go.
I went through 5 cans today.
Holy shit.
I get a lot of water. So I'm grateful for water because it's refreshing.
It really is.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to add to this whole mental health thing? Any more tips and tricks that you can share to the audience?
No. What else we got? What else do we do?
Sleeping.
Oh, sleep is so fucking important.
Sleeping. Okay, so the last couple of days I have not been sleeping. Well, not been sleeping. I've been like staying up till like 1 because I was just talking to people. No person is worth talking till 1 a.m. and like not sleeping. For the most part. Yeah.
Not really. Yeah, not really. Sleep is so important.
Sylvia just wrote, "You're grateful for me, you asshole." Yes, I am.
Oh, we did forget about you.
Oh, yes, I am grateful for you, Sylvia.
To be fair, I didn't talk to you today, so that's why I forgot you existed.
Okay, but yeah, sleep is really important. That's another thing in terms of like
I'm a much different person when I don't sleep.
Yeah, if I don't sleep,
like, everything is sad.
I'm
depressing.
Yeah, I tell like every day I start off my day telling Nicole I hate my life. But like it's even worse when like I don't have sleep.
You see, that's one of the mental health strategies we can change. Wake up in the morning and say, today's gonna be a good day, not I hate my life. We start on a sad note.
Yeah, so sleep, prioritize that. I'm trying to see in my notes if there was anything else that I would recommend. Oh, there are many mental health books that I read. I'll put them in the description box just because I don't remember the titles of them, but there are many books that really help me with my mental health.
I'll read some. I actually haven't read any.
Oh, okay.
I get most of my mental health tips from friends.
Okay, cool. And then I think that is all. That is all that we have for today's live stream. Well, thank you everyone for joining in. This was super fun. You just saw me struggle for the last 10 minutes figuring out what I was grateful for, but we figured it out.
In your journal, just try 3 things.
Okay, I'll
that
try
you're grateful for.
Okay, all of us collectively will do this. We'll end the day with 3 things we're grateful for. It'll be great practice for all of us. Yeah,
literally the smallest things.
It could be the smallest things. So with that, thank you, Nicole, for joining the live stream. And next live stream, we'll talk about love and relationships because that's apparently what everyone's interested in. Oof. Yeah. And we'll talk about my love life / non-existent love life.
Oh, I can be here for that one.
Yeah, Nicole has a lot
to say
about Nicole has a lot to say about her love life. But yeah, so with that, thank you everyone for joining in. And I'll see you in the next video.
We're going to go on our mental health walk now.
Yeah. Bye. Okay, I need to figure out how to end this. Oh, end. Okay, bye. End.
God, woman.